The Bogue-class escort carriers were built in the United States during World War II. They would enter service with the U.S. Navy and the Royal Navy through the Lend-Lease program. The first 22 ships of the class were converted from finished or near-finished Type C3 class ships. 11 of them would be sent to the Royal Navy, where they were renamed to the Attacker class. Post-war, these ships would be returned to the United States, where they were either scrapped or converted back for mercantile use. 10 of the Bogue class were kept in service by the United States Navy as helicopter and aircraft transport ships. Overall, 45 would be completed and 3 were lost during the war. Each displaced just under 8,400 tons at standard displacement. Overall length was slightly over 151 meters, beam at 40 meters and draft at 7.5 meters at full load and 6.4 light load. Due to the reliability issues from the diesel engines, it was decided to use 2 water tube boilers feeding steam to an Elliott chamber steam turbine engine connected to a single shaft. This produced 8,500 horsepower. Speed was at 18 knots. Armament as designed was composed of 2 5-inch guns and 10 20mm Oerlikons. Some were later fitted with the same amount of 5-inch guns, although they were changed from anti-service low-angle guns to the 38 caliber dual-purpose type. 8 twin 40mm Bofors were added and the Oerlikon number was bumped up to 20. Each carried from 19 to 24 aircraft. 1 hangar was placed on the hull with 2 elevators added. Wildcats and Corsairs were their fighter wing, and Avengers would be used mostly as anti-submarine units. 9 arresting wires were placed on the flight deck. A small island was constructed on the starboard side near the bow. 34 of the 45 ships in the class were transferred to the Royal Navy under the program. They would mostly defend convoys throughout the war, and some units were placed as submarine hunters. First of the class would be completed in June 1942. During the war in Europe, Bogue and her escort sunk 11 U-boats, damaged another, and sunk 2 Japanese submarines. Cart joined the Atlantic Fleet in February 1943, and she would conduct ferries and occasional submarine attacks, and she, along with her escorts, took out 11 U-boats. After the war, she served as a civilian aircraft transport during Vietnam. On May 2, 1964, in Port Saigon, she was mined by North Vietnamese frogmen and sank, but was later refloated and repaired and put back into service. Most others ferried aircraft and trained pilots, with some doing anti-submarine missions. Block Island joined the Atlantic Fleet in May 1943 and took part in hunting submarines. While doing so, on May 29, 1944, she was hit by 3 torpedoes from a German U-boat and sank.